back to my YouTube channel. Today's video we are going to be talking about some of my favorite makeup products and kind of be doing a tutorial on this look using my favorite products. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button down below, and also turn on my post notifications so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. So the first product we're going to be talking about in today's video is eyebrows, since that is the first step of my makeup routine. We are going to be using these Morphe Dip Brow. I think I paid less than $10 for this. This is in the shade Chocolate Mousse. This is my go-to for my brows. I kind of don't use anything else. I don't really bother to look for anything else. I used to use the ANASTASIA Beverly Hills Dip Brow. That one is a little bit more pricey compared to this, I think. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys my brow routine using my favorite brow product.
You just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning. Get it on out your soul, baby. You forgot to let it go, baby. Ain't no sunshine.
So now we're going to go ahead and jump into the concealer section, since I like to conceal my lids before applying any eyeshadow. So my favorite concealer is my Born This Way Too Faced concealer. However, I would like to mention that I love the e.l.f. concealer. It kind of looks like the Tarte Shape Tape, and it works just as good. That one's really good. Now this concealer is in the shade Medium Nude. This is how it looks. I actually found this one at TJ Maxx on a discounted price of like $6 or $7, but I will put the retail price down below.
You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning. Oh no, you just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning.
So now we're gonna jump into the eyeshadow portion of this video. I have a lot of eyeshadow palettes, so it is extremely hard for me to name my favorites because I have so many. I'm only going to be using about 2 palettes in this video, but I am going to show you my top 5 or 6. I'm going to start with these two. These are from Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. There's these 2 palettes, so they were in the Vault collection. This one is Armed&Gorgeous, and it looks like this on the inside. And then the other one is Ring the Alarm. They all look the same on the outside, and looks like this on the inside. Now, before jumping into the next set, these are my go-tos. I love the payoff of these colors, the mattes, the shimmers, the glitter, all of it. Everything about these palettes screams Alina. Pretty much. They scream my name because they work so well. They're very small and compact, so I can kind of like bring them anywhere with me. But not only just that, I kind of loved every single eyeshadow palette that Morphe and Jaclyn have teamed up to create, which is on to the next palette. So this brings me into my next mention, which is going to be the original Jaclyn Hill and Morphe palette. I cannot explain to you guys how many times I reach for this palette, knowing that I have about 30 others that have probably the same colors or same shades or almost same shades in them. This palette was created and I was like, I must have, and once I got it, I could not put it down. I must say, this is a beauty. You can really use this to go anywhere, anytime. Even if you're one of those girls who just like simple makeup, you can do so many simple things with this, but you can also do so many extraordinary things with it. I was in Ulta not too long ago and I came across a deal, a Juvia's Place deal. They were having 2 for 30 palettes, so I got each of these at the price of 15, or maybe it was 2 for 50. And they are the Festival palette and the Tribe palettes. These two right here. So these are amazing. I've had previous stuff from Juvia's Place, not much, not many things. There's so many things I want from them too, by the way. This is the Festival palette, and this is how it looks on the inside. I opened this and the colors screamed at me, like literally screamed at me. These shades are absolutely stunning. The shades, I must say. Now, I'm going to swatch a shade from this palette because I feel like this Juvia's Place is not talked about enough. I'm going to do this gold shade right in the middle, and I'm just going to swatch it for you. That's off of one twirl, or should I say one swipe on the pan. This shade is so stunning. These shadows are stunning, and the payoff is amazing. So I definitely recommend you guys checking this out. Move on to the last 2 palettes that I'm going to mention in this video before I jump into actually doing my eyeshadow. One is the Dare2Create palette. This is how it looks on the outside. It looks just like this. It looks like this. And I must say, when I first got this palette, I did not really like it, if I'm being completely honest, and I don't know why. I think it's because there's so many shades, but not so many shades that I thought I would use, so I guess I was just a bit upset when I first got it. However, the amount of browns in this palette is absolutely unbelievable, and you would not believe me when I say you can literally use these for anything, everything. Transition shades, there is a ton in the middle, and there's just a little bit of everything in this palette, which is what I like. There's more of like your burgundies, your browns, your maroons, and then you have your blues, your greens. The last palette that I'm going to be mentioning in this video is going to be my James Charles and Morphe palette. Now, the only disclaimer that I have about this lovely palette is that you have to pack the colors and not just blend them. So you have to pack the shades and then blend, or pack, blend, pack, just to have the color stay as vibrant as it is when you first put it on. Other than that, that's the only complaint that I have about this palette. Other than that, it's stunning. Some of my favorite shades in this is definitely for someone who likes to go outside the box when it comes to their makeup, or who likes to try new things. It has a little bit of everything. So you have like your inner corner highlights up here in this corner, right over here. Then you have like your oranges and your reds and your browns and your golds, and then on the bottom you have all these like spunky colors, like the purples and then the greens. This palette is just absolutely amazing, and I'm sure everybody knows that already. This was one of the most hyped palettes, and it was totally worth it. I also have a mini version of this just in case you don't want the whole thing, because this is pretty big. It's like bigger than my face. So now that you guys have got a whiff of like my top 5, or should I say top 6, something like that, eyeshadow palettes, we are going to jump into actually doing eyeshadow, and I will be using both of my Juvia's Place's shadow. I'm going to take my Juvia's Place Festival palette that looks just like this, and I'm going to jump in with this orange shade right here, or orangey brownish shade right here.
Getting compliments, compliments, how I'm feeling. Oh, I'm not always selfish, just bad at romance, it's not in my bones. I've always been told one day I'll find somebody who changes my mind. If they come along, I won't think twice, 'cause I already got a good thing with me. Yeah, I already got everything I need. The best things in life are already mine. Don't tell me that you got a good thing for me, 'cause
So the next shade that I'm gonna go in with is this Ashanti shade in my Tribe palette from Juvia's Place. Now I am gonna do a halo eye, so I'm thinking about using this only on the inner and outer corners of my eye, and kind of just leaving a space in the middle.
'cause I already got a good thing.
So now I'm gonna move on to the last color that I'm going to put all over the crease before I complete this halo look. This Jaclyn Hill Armed and Gorgeous palette, and I am going to use this darker shade. I'm gonna mix Smooth, Criminal, and Prowl, so these two brown shades, and I'm gonna kind of just focus that on the same area that we did the last shadow, so on the inner and outer corners.
Ain't no life without you in it, black and white, no color in it. You look at me like you see me, inhale me and baby just breathe me, fucking me so goddamn deeply. Then we lock in arms until we sleeping. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It wasn't what I thought, baby. No, it wasn't what I wanted. Yeah, I thought we'd have forever.
So now I'm just going to go on with the concealer that I used previously, and I am going to cut the area of the eye that I'm going to be placing my shimmer shadow to kind of bring in that halo look. I'm just going to use a flat brush as well. I'm gonna go ahead and go back into my Tribe palette, and I'm going to use this shade right here. This is like, let me try to get as close as I can to the camera. It's like a very shimmery goldish champagne color, and I'm just gonna use that as the shadow for the halo.
But you just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning. Oh no, you just want me till the morning. You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah. You just want me till the morning, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So before continuing, I do want to say that the shade that I did use as the base or shimmer shade for this halo look came out more green and iridescent than gold like it looks in the pan, so I am going to add another shade on the top because I do not like it. However, the shade is gorgeous, just maybe not for this look. So yeah, I'm just gonna use it as a topper and continue. Now I'm gonna jump into my Armed and Gorgeous palette by Jaclyn Hill, and I'm going to take the shade Coin, which is this shade right here, this golden shade. I love this shade. I've used it plenty of times, so I know I'm not going to have a problem with this one. This also doesn't require you to wet the brush. It works pretty well on its own. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right So this is my eye look once everything is blended in. Now quickly, I'm just going to run through the rest of this video because I am kind of cutting it on time. It's already like 3 in the morning and I have to work tomorrow. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and jump into some of my other favorites really quick. Now I must mention that I do not really use foundation like that. However, I do have a favorite. I'm not going to use it today, but I must mention Too Faced Born This Way foundation is my absolute favorite. I've been using it for about 2.5 years now. I have tried others. I've tried using Morphe's foundation. I've tried using Maybelline. I love the Maybelline foundation. However, just not all foundation works for my skin type, and that's okay. But without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the rest of my face. To start with my Hard Candy setting spray. This setting spray is by far my favorite. I've tried, once again, I've tried many setting sprays. Some of them really don't make a difference to me. Some of them do make me a little bit hydrated. However, this one works the best for my skin type. This does keep me fully hydrated no matter what I have on my face. Also makes whatever makeup I put on top feel very light. We like to spray this before moving on to my face. So I know a lot of my ladies like affordable options for makeup, and so do I. So for concealer for my face, I'm gonna go in with my LA Colors Conceal It concealer. This is one of my favorite drugstore concealer. You could find this probably anywhere, the dollar store, beauty supply store. It's super cheap. They also have their own website. So I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in and conceal and highlight the areas of my face that I want to stand out.
On some nights like this, I just wanna text you, but for what? You won't say you want me, then go switch it up. Just gon' play with my emotions just because. You gon' get my hopes high, girl. You gon' get my hopes high, girl. Just gon' tell me more like, girl. Just gon' get my hopes high, girl.
I've been way too good to you, you take me for granted. You was my day one since back at Big B House on Adams. First day that we met, I flagged you down, I told you in my line. Used to promise me you never switch on me like Gemini. You think I'm a fool, ain't nobody stoked. I see all the signs, I see all the clues. Still sometimes I reminisce about that shit when I'm benching. Can't believe it's been a whole year, yeah, but I'm so nights like this.
So now we're gonna move on to product review. Before I continue, I would like for you guys to drop down in the comments section if you guys have any recommendations for other videos. I realize I might have a favorite or I don't even have one that I may like reach for or anything like that. I'm really looking to add more to my collection. So if you have any recommendations for contours, please drop them in the comment box down. Contour, you guys should already know what my favorite is. And I use this almost every video. I use this almost every makeup. My number 7 caramel bronzer is just like this. This is my favorite. This works so well for me. The shade is beautiful. It blends great. I love, 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 and I definitely recommend.
Cause I already got it.
Now we are going to be moving on to my favorite blush. I have so many blush palettes. However, this is the only blush that I really love. I do have other favorites that are more like coral toned and stuff like that. However, this one is just the one that I reach for the most. This is my Pretty Vulgar Shadow Make Them Blush in Prime Vixen. And this is how it looks. And I kind of just rub this on my finger and put it in the area in which I need to add some blush.
Who changes my mind? If they come along, I won't think twice. 'Cause I already got a good thing with me. Yeah, I already got everything I need. The best things in life are already mine. Don't tell me that you got a good thing for me. 'Cause I already got a good thing.
Quickly, we're gonna move on to highlighter. I do actually have a bunch of favorite highlighters. However, I'm gonna go for something that has multiple. So I'm going to go for my Babe in Paradise palette, Morphe and Bretman Rock. This is a highlighting palette. All of the shades are absolutely gorgeous, and there's a shade for everyone, every skin tone, all skin tones. You could probably use all of these. I can't really use this last one. However, I do kind of use it for eyeshadow sometimes. I do love the Wet n Wild ones. I love so many different highlighters, especially Smashbox, but I figured this one is the one I reach for the most, so this is the one I should mention. We're gonna go in with the shade Vacation, which is the middle shade right here. It's like a champagne rose goldish shade, and we're gonna go ahead and apply that to the cheekbones.
I pose and take pictures, then send them to people that I don't know. I like getting compliments, how.
So now we're gonna mention my favorite mascara, which is the Voluminous Lash Paradise Waterproof and Hydrofuge. Looks just like this. This is how the applicator looks.
Somebody who changes my mind. If they come along, I won't think twice. 'Cause I already got a good thing with me. Yeah, I already got everything I need. The best things in life are already mine. Don't tell me that you got a good thing for me. 'Cause I.
Now, to finish off this video, I am going to go in with my ColourPop lipstick in the shade Aquarius. This is pretty old. There's not even any writing on it anymore. I probably just wore it off. But this is how it looks. I love the design of these, so I guess you could consider these one of my favorite as well. The way that these are just lovely. You simply just twist down. They're shaped pretty nice, so you could just get in there, pretty much get it done without looking in a mirror or a camera. I absolutely love these. The formulas of these are awesome, and yeah, I definitely recommend these. These are super affordable. I will also put that in the description box down below.
One day I'll find somebody who changes my mind. They come along, I won't think twice.
So I actually love the completed look. However, I want to add a little bit of lip gloss on top of this lipstick. So I'm going to go in with this Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Moon Jelly. This is like an iridescent lip gloss. I'm kind of just going to use it as a lip topper.
Hear me and baby, just breathe me. Fucking me so goddamn deeply. Then we...
So we have reached the end of this video. I am loving this look. And yeah, so stay tuned for next week's video. Also drop down in the comments what kind of content you guys are trying to see in the future. Make sure you hit that like and that subscribe button down below, and also turn on my post notifications so you can be notified whenever I post a new video. It was lovely, babes. Hope to see you all next week.